You guys, it's Ellen. I wanted to do a quick Zoom about our foundations because I have been talking to quite a few of you that have been dabbling in all the new colors. And so I called product development today and I talked to somebody that was helpful and we just chit chatted. But I know Clara Moco and Nina and quite a few of us that are, around 50 have been talking about how to kind of manage these foundations because I have been used to using for years, um, of course, the Miracle set, and I've kind of upped the ante and been using the Repair set. But I actually, I really like using just the dash out the door look, kind of a natural look. I think a little bit, I'm 48 right now. As you get a little bit older, you have to lift a little bit. Your blush color has to go up a little bit higher. You need to do less heavy eye makeup, just more of like a polished neutral. It's harder to get a polished neutral than it is to, just throw on some blue eyeshadow and some hot pink lipstick like we all did in the 80s when we were wearing our ruffly socks. But the new foundations are really interesting. I've always worn luminous wear because I have kind of dry skin. And I'll have a little bit of an oily patch here or here, and sometimes here, like the T-spot. So then I will go in, dab that, touch up here or there, time to time. But I've always loved the luminous wear. The cream to powder, I like too, because especially if you're going to be on camera and if it's daytime and you're going to have full lighting, I won't let my children even use overhead lights. I'm like, there's no need to have overhead lights on. I'm far too old to have overhead light. We need soft lighting. We need lamps only. So I have tons of lamps everywhere. I'm kidding, but not really. But when you have full face cream to powder on, if you've got oily skin, you're not going to have a problem. If you've got dry skin, you're really not going to have a problem. But it will look a little heavy and cakey if you have dry skin and you leave it on too long, or if you sleep in it and wake up just like your mascara would, it'll be flaky. It just goes into your pores. Your pores are going to suck up everything. So you've got to be very, very good about your skincare regime. You've got to just try one of the 5 skincares that we have. And I highly recommend also having your microderm, also having your oil-free eye makeup remover, having the new Clarisonic brush that we have, the new massager in it, which is like infrared heat or something like that. It's amazing. It's just coming out. It's going to replace the old one, and it has supersonic, supersonic motivated. Remember that song? But it is really cool because it has super, super high vibration. So it's going to get deep into your pores, and it's going to help your pores open and eject all of those toxins that are in there, because what keeps you looking young and refined is when you have small pores. If you neglect your skin and your pores just start getting bigger and bigger, and this is like the first place people start to notice it, and then your chin, I'm like, my chin has a life of its own. And I've got dark spots. So you've got to focus on your skincare first, because your canvas has to be clean. If you do your regular skincare morning and night, and then you do your oil-free eye makeup remover so that you're getting off all of your eye makeup, I like to use those round, not cotton. I don't like regular cotton balls because it'll get stuck in my eyelashes, but the round ones are nice. Or if you just have, kind of some specific makeup little towels that you can take things off with, and they sell them, they're dark colors if you prefer that. I just trash all my towels with my makeup, but I get the little fibers sometimes stuck in my eyelashes if I'm using cotton balls. So I've got a set of towels that I use just for my makeup. But I will say, if you are using your skincare twice a day and you're using a Clarisonic brush, which this one replaces the old one because you do not have to replace the heads anymore. It's much more sanitary because you can just wash it with soap and water and be done, not have to worry about it. And you never even, have to clean the bristles and all that. But if you use microderm and charcoal mask on top of it, and I would say at least once a week, like on Sunday, maybe twice a week, Sunday and Wednesday, your church days, if you also do your microderm after your skincare, then you're going to get deeper into your pores, which is going to refine them even more. What happens is if you get compacted stuff in your pores, they get larger because they have to hold that crap. So you get foundation in there, pollutants from the air every day. And if you don't wash your face at night, then it's going to just sink into it. Your face cannot rejuvenate and refresh and restore. And the good thing about all of our skincare is that we have a little bit of exfoliant in everything. So you've actually got to kind of damage your skin a little bit in a very gentle way in order for it to repair. And that is how you kind of create new cellular growth. And because if you're exfoliating all this dead skin off, you're going to have to be using those little tiny sand beads in the microdermabrasion, which we also have in our skincare, but it's very mild. You're not going to see anything dramatic with it. You start using your microderm and doing that for 30 seconds every day, you are going to see a drastic change in your skin very quickly. If you add our Retin-A, it's just going to be transformative. If you also add doing that charcoal mask twice a week, and I always like scare my kids, I'll put it on, I'll be like walking through the halls, boom, and I'll come out from behind the hall in the evening, they'll be like, ah! Oh, it's just too funny. But then they do it to me now because they use the charcoal mask. But that actually sucks the toxins out of your pores. So your regular skincare is just going to take off your daily use of your product and your foundation, which protects your skin from the environmental toxins out there. And then also, it's going to rejuvenate your skin at night and do a little bit of exfoliation to get, the whiteheads, the blackheads, clear out those pores and to make them shrink back to being very small. But if you're doing microderm, let's say every 3 days for 30 seconds and really rubbing it into those areas that you've got, larger pores, which is typically going to be your forehead, your nose, right around here, then you're going to be damaging those areas of the skin just the slightest amount to where that old skin is going to slough off. And do you know statistics show everybody has at least 7 layers of dead skin on your face at all times. Like your skin is constantly just dying and sitting there. And then that's when, some people say you look ashy if you can see it because you have a darker melanin in your skin. You can actually see it, but it's harder to see on, lighter skin like mine. But if I don't moisturize for 1 day, I'll have that ashiness. So you've got to be every single morning and night doing your skincare. I add in your microderm 3 times a week. Take the full 30 seconds to really, really rub it in. Throw in the Clarisonic brush. You can use that every single day, twice a day. You can take it in the shower. And it actually has, there's no batteries in it. So the way you charge it, if you have it in the shower, there's not going to be any damage because obviously you don't have batteries in it. And then I recommend the charcoal mask at least twice a week, at least in these areas. I'm so impatient that I will use the hair dryer to dry it because I don't want to wait 20 minutes. But that will suck all of the toxins out of those whiteheads, blackheads. And then all of a sudden you start to do that for a week or two, you are going to really see a huge difference in your skin. Of course, if you're drinking tons of water and you're trying to cut back on, sugar, carbs, alcohol, whatever, I cannot cut back on my coffee, but, just cut some of the things that are not going to make you feel fabulous, plus doing your skincare every single day. I think you just would see major transformations. I have the biggest problem right now finding the right foundation color. And when I spoke to the company today, and I tried to make it quick because I'm so long-winded, I always say I can talk the head off a chicken, but it is really interesting that when you have used the same foundations for a long time and you get used to it and you like it, I'm like cutting and digging out my favorites that I have, but I'm transitioning to the new ones because we got the director package with all the new ones. But this is what she said is the best. This is your foundation face. This is your face category shade chart. This is available on the Mary Kay InTouch, and it actually goes over all of the shades and their shade description. So you're going to have your light shades. Light 1 is going to be light with neutral undertones. Light 2 is light with cool rosy undertones. Light 3 is light with neutral yellow undertones. Light 5 has light with just neutral undertones. And then we've got olive, then cool. And it goes through the same thing when you have your mediums, and then your deep beiges, and then your deep colors, and then your very deep colors that go into more golden tones. Um, the next little column here is it's going to talk about your CC cream. Now, I love the CC cream because that's your dash out the door. It has the SPF 15 in it, which is not much, but at least it's something to give you SPF. Plus, the foundation actually helps give you protection from the sun. So if you use the very light on that, you're going to see the ones that correlate to that. Same with your light to medium, medium to deep, deep, and then very deep. Then you've got your listed here, your Mary Kay Silky Setting Powder. Then your Mary Kay Multi-Benefit Concealer, which I adore our concealers. They are, I mean, that's like the big guns. They are so amazing. And our under eye correctors are magical. So we've got 2 different ones that can address, if you've got dark circles and you want to brighten that under eye area, or if you've got, just very thin skin that's translucent under the eye. That's the thinnest skin on your face, on your body, is right around that area. That's why you have to take extra special care of it. But they did tell me you should download this. You should have this. That way you can pick your different foundations and try 2 or 3. You can even blend them. But if you've got normal to dry skin, do not even think about using matte wear, because this is a no transfer, time-wise 3D foundation. And what that means is, and we have, oh my gosh, how many shades is this? We have so many, 36 shades, and it's color matching technology, IntelliMatch technology, true to skin matches, lightweight feel with medium to full customizable coverage, all day wear, fresh, just applied look that resists humidity and sweat, skin loving ingredients. It's infused with B3 resveratrol and age-defying peptides, 2 smooth finishes, skin tone mimicking shades, matte and luminous wear. And then it is your last skincare step. So it's a protection for you. But if you have normal to dry skin, you can, I don't care if you're medium skin tone, dark, very dark, or light or very light. If you're dry, do not use the matte wear. The matte wear is specifically there to help absorb the oils and to give you that polished, fresh. I just got out of the shower and I feel like, just stepped out of the salon, and you're going to work or you're going out or you're just shopping, whatever you're doing. That matte wear is supposed to be for those that have kind of normal to oily skin, so that it absorbs all that and just makes you look polished, not like you've just gone into a hot flash, which I'm having. It's just going to make you look your absolute best all day long, and it lasts up to 12 hours. Now, if you have the dry skin like me, you've got to do the luminous wear. I made the mistake of trying that matte wear for like a couple of weeks, and I kind of just was like, oh my gosh, I kind of look like this is too drying. I look half dead. And it was really because I had not done major exfoliation. And that's why we have the same thing for your skin. All of our products, Satin Hands, we have exfoliation for your whole body and all of our product line. But I really got, focused on my exfoliation because I needed to switch to luminous wear because I do have dry skin with just the oily patches, but I had not been exfoliating faithfully. I had not been using my charcoal mask faithfully. I have been falling asleep with my makeup on. So I started getting very strict with my regimen just to see if it would transform it, and also adding the Retin-A and all of that. So you really need to take very good care of your canvas. At any moment, if you have not done any of these exfoliation steps, I mean, you literally have 7 layers of dead skin on your face right now, and your blackheads and whiteheads are only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger if you don't use a good skincare and then use, your microderm and your Clarisonic brush, your charcoal mask, whatever you want to use to suck it out of those pores to open up so they can breathe. Then you put on your night solution, your moisturizer, and go to sleep like a mummy. Sleep just like this so that you don't mess up your face, which I wake up on my face in my bed. But just teasing, however you sleep is fine. But you want to put it your moisturizer on about 20 minutes before you go to bed so that it absorbs. And then when you wake up, do your cleanser, do your moisturizer, let that absorb. Then you can dry your hair. After your moisturizer has absorbed, then you put on your primer and your foundation. You really cannot skip the moisturizer if you are going to be using these foundations if you have any type of dry skin. And then you really need to invest in the primer if you don't have it, because it creates a barrier between your skin and the product that kind of gives it like a floating, softer effect. If you just put it on your regular skin on your moisturizer, not only is it not going to stick right because it's just going to kind of move around because you're going to have your natural oils and your moisturizer, just sitting there on your face. That primer will actually just sort of seal your face so that that canvas, I hate to say it, but it's almost like putting Scotchgard on something so that your face is like perfect. And then when you put your product on, it's going to stay in place. It's just going to make sure that canvas is absolutely perfect. So I find that it doesn't sink into my pores or into my fine lines or wrinkles that I have when I do have the primer on. And of course, if I've done my regular skincare, my moisturization, my microdermabrasion, exfoliation regularly. So I hope that helps, because I talked to her about that today. But I also, she said we need to use the foundation matcher tool. So we have an app, and then you can do it online. You can find that through your Mary Kay InTouch as well. But that's where it will actually kind of like AI look at your face, analyze your undertones, whether you have pink undertones, yellow. I have the yellow sallow undertones, not olive, which is, they tan very well. The kind of sallow undertones, we tan a little bit, but it doesn't stick. And if you have pink undertones, you really don't tan at all. So, and that those undertones, they play into every different shade of melanin. So whether you're very light, medium, dark, or very dark, you're still going to have some nature of undertone that needs to be addressed, and you need to correlate your foundation with those undertones so that you're not the headless horseman. So it kind of blends in to your whole rest of your body. So I hope that helps. She talked to me about that. And I hope that you are going on and figuring out what works for you. And if you're just kind of trying to find one and you want to use that app, use it and tell your consultant what it came up with. That way she can order you the samples for it. And then you guys can get together and kind of play in it, because you can blend the colors too. And you can contour. You can use 2 different colors to contour. But the luminous finish moisturizes and brightens for a radiant glow. The matte finish controls shine for a smooth, natural look. That's what it says on here. So I hope you guys have a great evening, and I hope that helps you as well. Thank you.